So, today I'm actually going to be talking about a girl whose life was unfortunately taken from her far too soon. Shooting in Cape Coral claims the life of a 15-year-old. Her name was Kayla Rincon Miller. And this is what ended up happening. It says a 15-year-old girl was shot and killed while walking with two friends in Cape Coral. According to Sizemore, one of the teens told police that they were walking to McDonald's on Del Prado Boulevard South after leaving the Coral Wood 10 movie theater when a car pulled up and blinded them with their vehicle lights. So this was completely an unexpected thing, and it did not appear that either parties knew each other. But let's continue. Several unknown suspects reportedly exited the vehicle and attempted to rob the three girls when one of the suspects fired a gun, shooting the victim, later identified as Kayla, which is very upsetting. They ended up shooting her in the chest. The suspects reportedly got back to the car and fled south on Southeast 16th Place. Police responded about 9:30 p.m. at the 2000 block of Southeast 16th Street and rendered aid to Rincon Miller, that's the girl who got shot, who later, unfortunately, died at the hospital. On Wednesday, March 20th, Cape Coral police announced Thomas Roy Stein, 16 years old, of North Fort Myers, was arrested and charged as a quote-unquote principal to a murder while engaged in a robbery. In the homicide of Rincon Miller, authorities do not believe the shooting was a random act of violence. And it appears that maybe, and this is speculation at this point, police officers say that this is not a random act of violence. So this appears to be like a targeted event. Whether the two parties knew each other, that information has not been disclosed as of yet. But it seems like maybe they were tracking them, seeing that they were walking. The three girls were just walking in a group together, heading to the McDonald's from the movie theater. And then that's when they were like, okay, this is a crime of opportunity, possibly, or it could be something where they were just tracking them the whole time and they spotted them and then they decided to perpetrate violence on them. Now, there's not too much that these girls could have done, these people could have done in the situation. The only thing I would say mostly is be more aware of your surroundings. Of course, this is not any kind of victim blaming or trying to make it seem like, oh, well, the victim shouldn't have done this and that and the third. I'm just giving some kind of safety tips that I was told myself. And one is be very hyper vigilant of your surroundings. Okay. So that, that includes looking both ways, obviously, when you're crossing the streets and stuff. But even if you are with other people, okay, you should be doing it when you're by yourself, but also when you're with other people. Go and look to your left, look to your right, be like, okay, let me see. Okay, this car was following me, or maybe that person was peeking behind the alleyway over there, or maybe this was going on over here. So it's just overall being as vigilant as you possibly can, because there are a lot of wackos out here. There are a lot of weird people. There are a lot of criminals as well that are out here looking for a crime of opportunity, or simply just, hey, I am going to track this person. I'm going to follow this person, and for whatever the reason it may be. Could it just be a regular robbery that they want to do? Could it be something more on the sexual matter for that? That's possible as well. But that's one of the things that I would suggest to try to prevent as much as you can, or be prepared for it at least. Pepper spray. They tell girls, especially women, they tell them to, like, if you have your keys in your hand, let's say your house keys or something, they tell you to go and like put it in between your fingers, stuff like that, because this is very upsetting, just thinking about everything. Because I was reading, it was in another article, it was actually saying how, she seemed like a fun-loving girl, and she enjoyed, being a homebody. She enjoyed being at the house, hanging out with her family, just being at the house. She enjoyed being at, in her safe space. And this was one of the rare occasions where she was like, I want to go out. You know how you have friends when you're younger and you guys hang out in high school, maybe after school and stuff like that. But this seemed like it was not that. I mean, obviously, this was not right after school. And she was just hanging out. And this just happened to be the one time, unfortunately, where she decided to go out and then something bad ended up happening. It's very unfortunate what's going on. The crime that we keep seeing, the brutality that we keep seeing with different types of cases with different people. And it's very upsetting that this is what's going on. When is it going to stop?